Hey, what's going on, Sports Fury Nation? The wild card weekend, it's over. We had him upsets out the ass. It was crazy as shit.
It was a wild one.
But now we're moving on to the divisional round.
Yeah.
Shit gets real interesting now. And joining us to make our AFC divisional picks is none other than JetsCentral. Welcome, JetsCentral.
What's up, Manny?
Appreciate you coming on, man.
What's going on, guys? So happy to be back. Playoffs have been crazy so far. Let's get right into these picks.
You're damn right it's been crazy.
Man.
I mean, the wild card weekend, we saw a huge upset. Tennessee Titans, they defeat the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead again.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that game, JetsCentral? I mean, holy shit.
That game was actually absolutely crazy. I mean, you guys know Rover Sports. I was texting him throughout the game. I literally texted him like, dude, this game's over in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And, lo and behold, Tennessee storms back and beats Kansas City in classic Andy Reid fashion. I mean, I was not expecting it. I figured Kansas City would pull it out in the end, but they didn't. And Tennessee's, they're advancing.
We were streaming that game, and we were like, just like you were texting with Spencer, we were like, this shit is over.
It's over.
This is done. It's almost boring. It's pretty much a boring game. This shit's done.
Yeah.
And then in the second half, I mean, just completely different. That looked like it had Andy Reid's fingerprints all over it.
Dude, literally, it was 21-3 and ended 22-21. Literally, the Chiefs couldn't put up 1 point. That means they couldn't even get field goal range.
They couldn't get Kareem Hunt more than fucking 4 carries in the second half when you have a big lead like that.
That's horrible.
And then in the second half, we also saw Marcus Mariota, who fucking, he fucking had a touchdown where he threw it to himself. I mean, that was just insane.
It's meant to be. It's meant to be. Like, shit.
So
that game, it was just crazy because I feel like that's like why you draft Mariota. Like, he showed why he's a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
He didn't really have it through the air, but he got it done like on the ground and making other plays and just being like a leader. Throwing that block at the end of the game, that was classic.
That's true.
Speaking on the ground, man, Derrick Henry, 23 carries, 156 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, Derrick Henry.
That might be
they did not need DeMarco Murray in that game.
I think DeMarco Murray's on his way out now, guys.
And then Jacksonville Jaguars, Buffalo Bills. Wasn't a very exciting game, but Jaguars, they pull out the victory 10-3, and they move on to the
defensive battle.
Yeah.
That was a pure defensive battle the whole way.
But first game in the divisional round, the AFC, is going to be Saturday night. It's going to be Tennessee Titans, the 6th seed, going to Foxborough to play the New England Patriots, the number 1 seed.
Yep.
JetsCentral's favorite team. They are 13.5 favorites in this game.
13.5?
Yeah, I mean,
oh shit!
And it's gonna be a rain game.
Raining?
Now, as of right now, I mean, it looks like to be 100% rain in that forecast for Sunday.
Damn, and Fox.
I mean Saturday. So it's gonna be crazy. JetsCentral, what do you see happening in this game, and who do you see winning?
Right. Well, God, I really want to just pick Tennessee. I really do because I'm a Jet fan. But, I can't do it. I just can't go up against Bill Belichick in the playoffs. I just can't. They're in Gillette Stadium at home. It's a tough place to play, whether it be in the postseason or the regular season. I will say this, though. Josh, you just alluded to it's going to be pouring rain. That kind of works well for Tennessee. They're a ground and pound team. We don't know if DeMarco Murray is going to be playing, but if he does, that's 2 stud backs that are just going to be going, in between the tackles. Mariota is also a mobile quarterback. Tom Brady's not. So I don't think the Tennessee Titans would have that hard or struggle moving the ball. So I think that could work well for Tennessee. But I just can't see a Mike Mularkey-led team going into Gillette Stadium. As much as I want to see the upset, I just can't see Mularkey going in there and just upsetting Bill Belichick and everybody because nobody's picking Tennessee. I want it to be that one guy, but I just can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, Tennessee going into that game, they're not going to face Andy Reid, who's just going to completely get away from what's working in the game in the second half. If Bill Belichick, he's going to give it to you. He's going to give it to you all night long.
Oh, wow.
I mean, but I just don't see Tennessee Titans, having enough firepower here to beat New England. But if they're going to have a chance in this game, you want to keep Tom Brady off the field, obviously, so you want to run it with Derrick Henry, who had a fucking great game in the wild card weekend against Kansas City. So I mean, New England, they're not that great at stopping the run neither, like Kansas City. So I mean, just run the damn ball. Marcus Mariota, I mean, he was impressive, I guess, in the wild card. So and put that pressure on Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, which is something this defense could possibly do. So
yeah. So I think going into this game, this is probably the best conditions for the Tennessee Titans, right? This is like best case scenario for an upset, right? Like y'all said, raining, it works in their favor. Running the ball, they have a good run defense on the other side.
Kevin Byard and all those interceptions he's got.
Oh,
I mean, he could possibly pick off Tom Brady.
That's true, especially if the ball's slick.
Yeah.
Come on now, you never know what might happen, right? When it's raining, so they kind of all the everything possible that can help out the Titans is kind of happening, right? And then all that controversy, right? Oh, well, Bill Belichick this, Tom Brady wanted this, Kraft wanted, all that. But this is the biggest thing. Bill Belichick always gets his guys prepared, especially playoffs. I don't care what distractions are outside the locker room. They are focused, and they're going to win this game. But I would love to see the upset, but I don't see it.
JetsCentral, speaking about the turmoil, I guess, between Belichick, Brady, and Robert Kraft, do you see that playing at all a factor in this game? I mean, we never really seen a crack in the armor, in New England.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I mean, I definitely think there's something there, because why are you going to go out and give Jacoby Brissett away for a receiver that hasn't done much? Then you go out and trade Jimmy G for a second-round pick. I mean, there were rumors that the Browns were offering a first and a third for Jimmy G, and New England was turning it down.
Yeah.
So why? I mean, that's back, obviously.
That was back in the draft.
Yeah, back in the draft night.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it kind of begs the question, what randomly Jimmy G gets traded on trade deadline day for a second-round pick? It doesn't make sense. So I do think this story has some truth to it. I don't necessarily think all of it is 100% true, but I definitely think there's something going on. Yeah. Will it impact this weekend's game? Maybe, but I think it would be a bigger deal if they were going up against a Pittsburgh or a team like that. But since it's malarkey, since it's Tennessee, not like disrespecting the Titans team at all, I just feel like New England could win this game pretty handily. I'm going to go final score: Tennessee 13, New England 24.
Okay. Speaking of Mike Mularkey, man, I mean, everyone was expecting Tennessee to lose that wildcard game,
be fired right
and
after.
then immediately be fired. His job was saved for another week.
Yep.
How crazy would that be if Tennessee just pulls out the fucking upset
again,
and they go off into the AFC Championship game? I mean, how do you fire a guy who takes you
to the
AFC game?
Don't get me wrong. I will be rooting. I'll be the biggest Titans fan Saturday night. But as far as who I think is going to win, I think it's going to be the
I think a lot of people are. Remember, what do you call the Patriots? The
evil empire.
Yeah, the evil empire. So of course everybody hates the Patriots because they're so good, consistently. So it's going to be interesting.
Sean, he'll be streaming for that game, so everybody tune in here on the Sports Fury. Sean, he'll be streaming that. I have to work that night. God damn it. So it'll just be Sean. So make sure to tune in for that. Maybe, who knows? We see an upset. You're going to catch Sean's live reaction. It's going to be awesome. So be sure to tune in for that.
I'm praying for that. If that upset happens, that's going to be a crazy stream.
But we're all unanimous on the New England Patriots winning. Yeah. All right, so into our second game of the AFC Divisional Round, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, third seed, going to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers, who are the second seed. Yeah, rematch. They've already been down this road already this season. They went to Pittsburgh in Week 5, and they kicked their ass 30-9. Picked off Big Ben 5 fucking times.
Yeah.
JetsCentral on this noon game on Sunday, Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
Do you see the Jaguars having a similar game like they did in Week 5 and coming out with this victory?
I think the Jags are going to play great defense like they always do. I just got Pittsburgh coming out on top. I want to quickly apologize to UCF Jaguar. Don't throw me under the bus, but I'm going Steelers. I don't. You see it a lot with sports. I mean, we just saw it this year with Georgia and Auburn. Auburn beat the brakes off of Georgia back in the regular season. SEC championship rolls around and Georgia beats them pretty good. So I think Mike Tomlin, I think Roethlisberger, these guys kind of knew or kind of understood what they did wrong. They're going to make adjustments and they're going to move forward. I think AB being back, I know he's not going to be 100%, but just him being back, you have to account for him. Yeah. Le'Veon Bell, Big Ben. I mean, I could go down the list of how many great players Pittsburgh's offense has, like how many skill position players. But I got Pittsburgh. It's in Heinz Field. I don't see him losing in a playoff atmosphere. It's a really tough place to play as it is. I got Pittsburgh going up against New England in the conference game.
All right, so Sean, who do you got winning this game? And also, it was very interesting. Big Ben, he came out, he said, hey, I wanted to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. I was hoping they would win. I want to play them. I wanted to redeem myself. 5 interceptions. That's all he's heard of. I mean, that dude, he threw the ball 55 times for 312 yards.
Yeah.
0 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. But O.J. Boye fucking came out and he's like, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
So, what do you see happen in this game, man?
Big Ben said that?
Yep.
Big Ben, first off, I would have been, if I was Big Ben, I'd be like, I hope we're running the ball every play because you do not want to throw the ball to them.
Yes, because, I mean, in week 5, Le'Veon Bell, 15 carries, 47 yards.
Yes. You don't throw the ball against this defense. I don't care if you want to redeem yourself or not. I'm afraid of that. Big Ben wanted to come out there and prove himself in the playoffs, confident, yeah. But you know what? I love Jaguars' defense. This defense has gotten better and better. Calais Campbell played phenomenal against the Bills. And even with Tyrod Taylor being a running quarterback, they limited him, right? Yeah, he broke off some. You can't shut him down the whole thing, but I was really impressed by the Jags holding Bills to only 3 points, period. Mm-hmm. I'm going Jags pulling off the upset here. I think they match up really well. I know. I think this is what's going to happen. Big Ben is going to want to redeem himself. Like you said, hey, I want to redeem myself. I want to make up for about 5 interceptions. And he's going to go out there and try to do too much. And you know what? Maybe he's not going to throw 5 interceptions, but I think they're still going to pick him off at least 2 times, and one might be a pick 6.
Nope. Big Ben,
and the Steelers' defense hasn't been playing that good.
Big Ben, he's saying now, I want to redeem myself, so you're thinking he's going to go out there and sling it all around. But, Sean, JetsCentral, that ain't going to happen.
You don't
Big
think so?
Ben's not going to go out there and do that. I mean, Antonio Brown, he's probably going to be a decoy in this fucking game.
Yeah.
Right? He's not going to be 100% like JetsCentral was saying. So, he's not going to go out there. He's just fucking firing. This dude's a veteran. He's been to the big dance before. This is Big Ben.
Of course.
All right? And Le'Veon Bell, he's not going to get just 15 carries. Get the fuck out of here. He's going to have at least 25-plus carries. They're going to use him. They're going to use him a whole bunch. And the Jaguars, offensively, this is going to be their fucking downfall in this game. 5 fucking interceptions. That's what helped them offensively. That's what helped them win that fucking game, right? 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
But that ain't going to happen. There's not going to be 5 turnovers, 5 interceptions in this game. It's not going to happen. And Jaguars against the Bills, oh my God. Blake Bortles, 12 for 23, 87 yards. I mean, and then Leonard Fournette, guys. Where the fuck has he been? I mean, towards the end of the season, last week against the Buffalo Bills, I mean, Blake Bortles had more fucking rushing yards than he did. Blake Bortles, 10 carries, 88 yards. Fournette, 21 carries, 57 yards.
But that's going to change.
This running game is not good. It's been cold as ice for weeks now. Mm-hmm. They don't have enough offensively to take care of Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, so it's just not going to happen. They would need another 5 interception type of game, and that's not happening.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I just think that if Pittsburgh gets out to an early lead, whether it's 7, 10, 14, they just don't have to turn the ball over, and the game's pretty much done. Like they don't. Blake Bortles will not just go down the field just hitting on all cylinders and just dominating, especially with Hearns, Robinson, and these guys being out. I just can't see it happening in Heinz Field.
Okay, I can understand that, but the thing is, Steelers defense hasn't even been playing that hot as of late. So if there's going to be Blake Bortles. Mm-hmm. See, when they played him back in week 5, Steelers defense was carrying that team, right? That's when the defense was playing good. Towards the second half of the season, Steelers defense wasn't playing that great.
I don't think the Steelers defense needs to play all that great against this anemic offense.
I agree.
The Jags only need to put up maybe a touchdown or 2 if they can hold teams to make 6, 9 points like they did in week 5.
Here's another thing to look for. I just so everyone's clear, I got the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this game. Yeah. But another huge difference between week 5 and now, Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah. This dude really emerged since then. I mean, this dude's going to be fucking fantastic in this game, as well as Le'Veon Bell, who this game is going to be all centered around. Yeah. And it should be. And they're not going to be stupid enough to not fucking
if they feed Le'Veon Bell, like if he gets 30 carries,
he's going to get like 25 plus carries, probably 7 plus receptions in this game.
He better have over 30 touches.
And Pittsburgh will win this game. Jacksonville Jaguars. Hey, you know what? You guys had a great season, 10 wins. You guys win the AFC South. You got your first playoff win, and I forgot how long. Hey, you know what? I just got you guys losing this weekend again in the divisional round.
I got upset.
I got Pittsburgh moving on to play New England. So I got anything else, JetsCentral, to add on?
Yeah, I'll be the odd
No, I just want to say, I typically like picking the underdogs, but this week I can't do it.
I would like to. Yes, I would like to see Tennessee and Jaguars win this game, but
yeah, that's fine, guys. I'll at least I'll pick the underdog in one game at least.
Well,
I got Patriots and Jags.
So you want to put some money on that? We got
bet only on my team, buddy. I ain't betting on no Jags.
Me and JetsCentral, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Sean is going with the huge upset.
Huge.
In the divisional round.
Yeah.
So, but hey, you know what? We'll find out this coming up divisional round.
Can't wait.
Hey, I think it's going to be great.
That's going to be a great one. That's the early game Sunday, right?
That's the early game Sunday.
Yeah.
Jaguars and Steelers.
All right, kick off the day good.
So, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Are you excited?
Are you excited?
Hell yeah, dude. It's playoffs.
But
let's go. Give me good.
Hey, JetsCentral, we appreciate you coming back on here.
Really do, man.
And making these AFC predictions and picks for the divisional round, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you guys having me on. I really appreciate it. It's awesome.
And everybody, if you haven't already, what the hell's wrong with you?
Come on.
Go to the link in the description box down below and go subscribe to JetsCentral. He's a cool guy. You're going to love his channel. He's one of our favorites. Go do it. Go subscribe
right now
to our boy JetsCentral. And that does it for us here.
Yeah.
For the AFC. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to move on to the NFC.
Yeah.
All right. Now it's time to make the NFC picks and predictions for the divisional round. And joining us for that is Adrian Fedkiw of the Bitterbirds. Welcome, Adrian.
How's it going?
What is going on? Man, you guys are so stupid for bringing me back.
I was telling that too.
Hey, I know you guys. All right, so
I told him they shouldn't bring another Eagle down here.
But we welcome you back, man. Definitely, you're awesome, dude. We love you, man. We love the channel. Everybody right now who's watching, you go make sure you go subscribe to Adrian Fedkiw over there at the Bitterbirds.
Go
do it right now,
guys. In the description, go check them out.
Shit.
Do it.
But guys. What a hell of a divisional round we have.
Yes.
I mean, wild card was crazy. We saw some upsets. The Falcons, they went to Los Angeles. They come out with the victory. Mm-hmm. I mean, what were your takeaways from the wild card weekend?
Well, I am really, really glad to play the Falcons right now. I'll tell you that. Anything dealing with the Saints, I didn't want Kamara because the Jordan Hicks injury has really exploited. In terms of trying to stop running backs coming out of the backfield, it's been really difficult for the Eagles. So to not see Kamara in the Saints, they look really good against the Panthers too. I'm glad to see that. I was surprised by the Falcons score, but not at the same time. The Rams showed their youth. Farrell Cooper, two fumbles there on special teams. Rams all season long, they had the best special teams unit in the NFL, but not the case this past weekend. They go out. And by God, the Falcons didn't really look great in that game, so it gives me hope. Moving on to Saturday's contest, obviously, between Eagles and Atlanta. Atlanta.
Hell yeah. And you also got to give credit, man. The Saints and Panthers game was phenomenal in its own.
Yeah, that came down to...
almost a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, but then the Saints, they get that sack on Cam Newton to end the game.
Game over.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
But
that interception, too, the one that, really wasn't an interception, but it was... there at the end. So could have gotten like 14 yards of field position, but
yeah.
You know.
But if the fucking divisional round is anything like the wild card round, and I think it's gonna be way better.
It should be lower.
So So the Falcons, they beat the Rams. Now they're going to Philadelphia, to Lincoln Financial Field, your neck of the woods, to play your Eagles. Falcons 6th seed, Eagles the number 1 seed.
Yeah,
you guys had that first round bye. Adrian Fedkiw, break it down for us. Who you got winning this game and why?
Well, first of all, Matty Ice is about to meet his defrosters. Fletcher Cox, Timmy Jernigan in the middle. I think that's where you can exploit the Falcons. Interior of their offensive line. They lost Andy Levitre earlier this season. You got Alex Mack as your center. Great center, obviously. And the right guard is Wes Schweitzer. Well, we just saw Aaron Donald make mincemeat of Schweitzer this past weekend. Yeah. And now he's got to play Fletcher Cox and some deep penetration. Very deep.
I was wondering when that was coming.
Consistent, brutal penetration. 60 minutes is coming on Saturday. It's coming. Yeah. So I think this is something you can exploit for the Eagles. And also the other thing to watch out for, third down blitz packages. So Ben Garland, their left guard right now, is going to get matched up one-on-one against Brandon Graham if they decide to double team Fletcher Cox. So if you want to give him the double team, that's fine. Brandon Graham's going to make mincemeat of Ben Garland. So I think the defensive line can really get after Matt Ryan. And we're not looking at a Falcons team that really gets the ball out quick. They like to use deep play actions to get their receivers involved. It's not like the Saints where they, kind of dink and dunk their way down the field, quick 3-step drop, stuff like that. So I think you can get after Matt Ryan and this team this year. A big drop-off in offense from Kyle Shanahan there to Steve Sarkisian. 540 points scored last season, down to 353 this year. Ew.
Yeah. It was a big difference in their offense,
Yeah. I think they can be beat. I think this is a game the Eagles can win. So we'll get into it more.
So you're not worried about the Falcons just getting ready.
That's what everybody's talking about.
Hey, I'm worried, but I think they're beatable, and I think the Eagles can win.
Okay.
So the Saints would be one and done, I think.
Matt Ryan, he's 1-3 in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people talking about, Matty Ice, he cannot play in the cold weather. But you guys actually have a warm front coming through to Philadelphia. It's actually going to be like in the 50s on Saturday. So
that's warm in Philly at this time of year.
We actually might want some warm weather because Nick Foles has really looked awful in the cold, to be honest with you.
That's something else we can get into.
I want to ask you about Nick Foles.
You saw the one game. 6-0 Dallas. You got your win. Congratulations.
Hey, I'll take it. A win's a win.
I want to hear your thoughts on Nick Foles, and I want to know on a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about Nick Foles? I mean, this is the one blaring fucking weakness of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Everybody's talking about
Nick Foles.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely worry. And it's funny because in Eagles land, when I was telling everybody, calm down, chill with Nick Foles after he threw 4 touchdowns, and then all of a sudden now he's regressed so greatly that now I'm telling Eagles fans, well, it's not going to look this bad in the postseason. The reason why I say that is this. So in a press conference a couple weeks ago, Doug Peterson was like, all right, we're going to keep the offense the same. We're going to still play like the way that we've been playing all season long. And they tried that. Didn't really work. Last week in a press conference, Doug was explaining to the media members that he went back, he watched the 2013 wildcard game, right, between the Saints and the Eagles. He looked at Nick Foles and kind of what some of his strengths were in that Chip Kelly offense. And he said that some of the plays that they ran, they do have in the offense. So he wants to dust some of that stuff off, work on a couple things before the playoffs start. So it's obviously difficult to make some changes to the offense with 2 weeks. But they're going to something different, it seems like. So we'll see. They're obviously going to use Jay Ajayi a lot too in the running game.
I want to ask you about
that's going to be key.
So for
I think they're about
so you're saying that we're not gonna see halftime. We bench Nick Foles, the Eagles, and we put in Sudfeld. I mean, it worked for Alabama. They benched their starting quarterback, and they put their backup in there.
We don't have 5-star recruits on the bench. We have Nicky Sunshine. That's what we have.
Okay. But about that running game, I was wondering which is the guy that's going to be utilized more. Is it going to be Jay Ajayi, or is it going to be more of that power running with LeGarrette Blount against that Falcons defense?
Yeah, well, last year, if you remember, the Eagles ran for 208 yards on 38 carries against Atlanta. And the thing that they were doing, a lot of counters and a lot of misdirection. Yeah. Their linebackers are very aggressive, and they're also young, so sometimes they take poor angles to the ball. But with that being said, I think Deion Jones has really solidified himself as one of the best rising young stars at linebacker in the game the last month or two. I think he's looked really good for the Falcons. But some of their other guys, like Devondre Campbell, I'm not really that impressed with. Keanu Neal's a really good safety for them. But I think you can run the ball on them. Todd Gurley ran for over 100 yards on like 14 carries last week. And Atlanta, they do yield 4.1 yards per carry on the ground this season, which isn't anything special or anything. So you can definitely run the ball on this team. And obviously, if you run the ball, it takes some pressure off Nick Foles. But the thing that Foles is going to have to do in order to keep that defense honest, you don't necessarily have to hit a deep ball, but you have to try some deep balls. and you have to hit some like intermediate passes, that 10 to 15, 20-yard range. So you can't just keep everybody in the box because that's what Oakland.
Got to get them
Oakland
respect.
dared Nick Foles to beat him, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So you're maybe saying a lot of Zach Ertz being used in this game?
I can see Zach Ertz, yes, of course, because I think the wide receivers might get shut down a little bit. You got some good corners.
Trufant,
the ball. Trufant, obviously, really good. Robert Alford's had a pretty good season.
Yeah.
So I think the guy to watch for is actually Nelson Aguilar in the slot. So Aguilar in the slot and Zach Ertz is your tight end. I think those guys, maybe you can do a couple things.
Yeah.
So
hey, Nelson Aguilar.
He's had a better year than he did last year.
Yeah, really stepped it up.
So.
Beat the NFL in slot yards. How about that? Nelson freaking Aguilar.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
All you got to do is catch it.
Yeah. So for the Eagles, you're saying you put pressure on Matt Ryan, especially up that middle pressure coming from Matt Ryan, and then stop that run, and then on the offensive side, run that damn ball. Do a lot of like dink and dunk passes. Yeah. Zach Ertz, Nelson Aguilar in the slot, and the Eagles walk out of this one. You think, or who you got winning this?
Yeah. I've got a crazy score, but I got 13-12 birds because I think it's going to be hard.
That's an interesting score. I just want to say that's a very interesting score.
There's reasoning behind it because I don't think the Eagles are going to score a lot of points. Yeah. But I think the Falcons, they've done nothing but kick field goals the last month. Matt Bryant is kicking like 55-yarders. That's all good and dandy, but you got to score points in the red zone. Julio Jones only has 3 touchdowns all season long. And that is the one big drop off from last year to this season, production in the red zone. They're 23rd in the NFL. 50% of their red zone trips end in a touchdown. And it's been a lot worse the last month. So I think that's something that you can do. Because in Kyle Shanahan's, the offenses aren't that much different in terms of what you see out there. But the big difference between Kyle Shanahan and Steve Sarkisian, a lot more motion in his offense. And with motion around the goal line, you can get defenders outflanked before you even snap the ball because you can have somebody in motion and just go straight dart into the flat and you got a touchdown. And that's something that Kyle Shanahan did last year. You're not seeing that as much with Sarkisian. It's more simpler. It's a simpler offense, and it's just hasn't worked very well this year.
Yeah, you're right. It's much more simpler offense. Yeah. I mean, and you're talking about all those fucking weapons. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
How can you not, right?
Right. I mean,
it's ridiculous. Julio minus a new.
Julio Jones has 3 touchdowns. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And then Matt Ryan, he dropped up from 38 touchdowns to 20 on the regular season. Yeah. I mean, holy shit, that's a huge drop off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just absolutely unreal. But if it's a low scoring game, that absolutely works in the favor of Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah. And that's exactly what they want and they need. Yeah. But Sean, what are you thinking?
Got to keep the crowd in this one too.
That's
That's
don't get off.
And I'm pretty damn sure you guys will be fucking going nuts. Oh, they're at Lincoln Financial Field.
This is Philly, baby. We're gonna have shirts off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting crazy over there.
All right, so I almost took it off. You saw a little bit.
I got a little nervous there. Josh got excited.
Shit. But Adrian, he's got a low scoring game. Okay. He got the Eagles going over 13-12.
Okay.
Sean?
Oh, this one is an interesting one. It really is, breaking it down, you got to think about looking at the Eagles. Their defense has been pretty solid. Their 4th overall defense, number 1 against the rush, which is phenomenal. But their biggest flaw is they're 17th against the pass, right? So that's what scares me.
In terms of all right, here's what I'll say. In terms of yards per game, they don't look good. But if you look at passer rating allowed, they're one of the better ones. So the reason why the yards per game look bad is because teams obviously they fall behind and they have to throw a lot to catch up. So that's how the Eagles allowed a lot of yards this season.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And see, I'm looking. I just kind of look at all the breakdown, right? The Eagles, like I said, first in rush. Falcons, they have a top 8 offense. Even though they've been regressed this year. They're still top 8. They're still top 8. They have 8th in passing, 13th in rushing.
Yeah, and you know what? I thought, going into the playoffs, I thought, everyone's been looking for the Falcons to get going. Come on, breakthrough. Let's go. Let's start. Let's see that offense that we saw last year.
Yeah.
And I picked the Falcons to win last week because I thought they were going to be fucking red hot. I thought they were going to go guns blazing. Yeah. They're going to destroy the Rams. But like you were saying, the Rams more they more or less just gave the game to fucking Atlanta by
fucking
it up.
Like, take the win.
Yeah. The inexperience definitely showed up for the Los Angeles Rams, but that offense still we still haven't seen that offense
going.
You're really getting going, and you're really gonna expect that to happen against one of the better defenses of the NFL. In the Philadelphia Eagles?
Because that's what this game's centered
at their home?
That's what everybody's going to talk about, right? Falcons offense versus Eagles defense, right? That's what everybody's going to talk about. But this is where I'm kind of looking at. I'm looking on the opposite sides for both teams. I'm looking at Falcons defense versus the Eagles offense. Which, y'all were 7th offense overall for the whole year, but that was with Carson Wentz for most of those games.
Yeah. We can't look at those numbers right now. Those numbers are meaningless.
Exactly. Yeah. But the thing is, the Falcons' defense is the same it's been all year, in which they've been great. They're 9th overall in defense.
They're definitely underrated defensively. I agree with you.
Very underrated. And they've been holding people to how many points was it?
Who, the Falcons?
Falcons. They've been holding people under and doing pretty damn good. And look what they did. I know, it was a lot of fumbles by Farrell Cooper last week, but they still, when the offense for the Rams was out there, they still shut them down. The number 1 scoring offense in the league. And they still did good against them. Mm-hmm. I think that's where the matchups
down too.
They don't give up a whole lot of points. That's true. Yeah,
and that's what I like. Yeah, I know Todd Gurley had a great game, but that's Todd Gurley, guys. Todd Gurley MVP of the whole year, right? We got to give him props. And no offense to J.J. or LeGarrette Blount, but they are nowhere close to being Todd Gurley. I think the biggest difference.
You got the MVP wrong. It's Carson Wentz. Keep going.
Whoa!
Okay.
No, I'm just being a hope here.
Okay. No, I know that's a big debate. That's a big debate. But that's where I'm looking at this game, though. I think the defense for the Falcons versus the Eagles offense. If the Eagles, this is the thing. I think it's going to be a close game at the very beginning. I think Eagles are going to come out fired up because, a lot of people are like, they're pissed off. How are they underdogs? How the hell are they underdogs with number 1 seed? So that pisses them off. But this is what concerns me. In the second half, if the Eagles offense can't stay on the field, they can't drive the field, the defense eventually is going to get tired for the Eagles. That's the biggest thing. And no matter how good of a defense you are, you're going to get tired. That offense is going to eventually start moving the ball. So my prediction is Falcons win. Sorry, Adrian. And I think it's going to be 20-10, and it's going to be close, but the fourth quarter they'll pull away, and it'll be 20-10 Falcons.
Woo.
Well, in your defense, I'll say this. All right, so the Falcons are 3rd in the NFL in yards per drive, and they are also 2nd in 3rd down conversion rate.
Yeah.
So here's why that's important, because the Eagles' defense, it's great. And if they can force 3 and outs, that obviously helps the offense. Because if you start at, say, the 40 and 50-yard line, you only have to pick up like 2 or 3 first downs, you got a field goal. Well, if you're not getting them off the field, you start at the 20, you have to drive the length of the field. So this is something to keep an eye on, too. 3rd down conversions and all that good stuff.
It's all those situational things. Yeah.
Stats, baby.
Yeah. Adrian got Eagles. Sean's got the Falcons.
I got Falcons upsetting.
On the road. Oh, shit.
Come on here and pick the Falcons.
Shit. All right, so now, here's my pick. Okay, I feel like with the Atlanta Falcons, we know exactly who they are and exactly what we're gonna get out of them.
Yeah.
This coming up Saturday. But the Philadelphia Eagles all year long, for most of the year, you guys were the number 1 team in the NFL.
Yeah.
I only see you guys only losing actually 2 games because that 3rd game, Dallas Cowboys, that wasn't.
Give us credit.
But the Philadelphia Eagles are so intriguing here because, like I said, they were the best team to me all throughout the year.
Oh yeah, they definitely were.
And they're underdogs in this fucking game. They're gonna have such a huge chip on their shoulder.
Yep.
And they're just so intriguing because Nick Foles. If Nick Foles comes into this game and he has a decent game, Eagles are gonna win this game. They're gonna beat the Falcons at home.
But did you say you trust Nick Foles?
I just trust him to not fuck this up.
Okay.
As long as he doesn't fuck this up, the Eagles are going to be able to run on the Falcons, I believe. Okay. I think that defense is going to suffocate Atlanta. I think I'm going to go with the Eagles winning this one. I'm going with the Eagles winning here at home. And they're going to go on to the conference championship.
Victory!
I just got blindsided. I got whiplash for.
I'm going with I'm going with the Eagles. Like I said, like I said, I feel like we know exactly.
God.
I know exactly what we're gonna get. What we're gonna get out of the Falcons.
Okay.
But the Eagles, who are again the underdog, which is crazy, they got a lot more upside if Nick Foles can just not fuck it up. I think they got a lot more upside in this game.
I understand. I think he's gonna fuck it up though.
Uh-huh.
So that's where I'm thinking. That's where I'm going with it.
He very well could.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's so easy.
That's why
he so easily could.
He easily could.
Yeah.
Like the only good game he had this year was against the
weekend.
Yeah, and the only game he had good against this year was the Giants. But that was the Giants, right? 4 touchdowns.
That like almost doesn't count.
It does not matter. It does not matter exactly. So it's like I don't know, man. I just don't. This is a high stakes game. This is big pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see it. Falcons. They pretty much have. This is the thing. Falcons have pretty much the same, almost the same exact team than they had last year. They know they didn't do. They know this pressure.
They have the experience.
They have the experience.
Yes.
Eagles are still in that sense. They haven't really had that experience, right? I just don't see it happening.
I see the Eagles going over here in a close one.
Wow. What's your score prediction, Josh?
I'm going to say, I don't think it's going to be as low as what Adrian said. And I forgot what you said.
I said 20-10.
20-10?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with 24-21. Eagles.
Okay.
They win.
Wow, you're a piece of shit.
So.
Both of y'all. Well, I expected him to pick the Eagles.
Me and Adrian got close games. You're saying that the Falcons win 20-10 though.
It's a 10-point game. That's not that much. I'm saying they pull away in the late fourth quarter.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so yeah, Falcons 3-point favorites going into this divisional game.
And that's the early game on Saturday.
Yeah, that's the early game on Saturday.
We will
First
be
game
streaming
of the weekend.
We're gonna be streaming that. We're gonna see. We're gonna find out how wrong y'all both are.
We will. We
Wow.
will be streaming that game.
Maybe I'll have to join in at halftime or something.
Do it. Absolutely,
Straight.
man. Talk some shit. But
I don't know if I could get invited on that somehow, but I don't know how that works. But I'll come on at halftime, give my thoughts.
I can't wait for this game. I think this might be. It could be. What if it's the best game?
It could be.
Right?
Well, first game starting the playoffs, not playoffs, for the wild card was Titans-Chiefs.
Yeah.
Everybody thought that was going to be a shit game, and look what happened.
I see this coming down to a wild finish. Like 3 seconds left on the clock. You got Jake Elliott, your kicker.
Jake Elliott.
Yes.
Kicking a field goal. Oh my God! It's for the win, and the Eagles are going crazy.
If you say that, it better be a long field goal because he sucks when it's close.
It'll be like 59.
Yeah, as long as it's like 45 and plus, he hits it. But if it's like 30, 20, he misses it. I don't know why.
He's so right about that. You're so right.
I don't know why. But I like that kid though, man.
And I think Zach Ertz is gonna have a big game. I just want to put that out there. I love Zach Ertz.
I like that.
Ertz, huh?
I like that pick. I like that.
So, all right. So, guys, we're going. Me and Adrian, we're going Eagles. Sean, he's going with the Falcons.
I'm smart. I know.
I went with the Falcons last week. I couldn't roll with them again.
I can't believe it.
But, all right. So, that does it for the first NFC game on Saturday. Moving on to Sunday. This game, holy shit.
I love this game.
Another great NFC game. I love the NFC, man.
NFC
I just
this
love
year
it.
is great.
We're all NFC guys.
Yeah.
It's the best conference. We got the Saints, the 4th seed, going on the road to Minnesota to take on the Vikings.
It's a rematch from week 1, by the way.
Yeah. Week 1, the Saints, they lost.
Different quarterback, though.
That's true. They lost quarterback and running back.
They lost 19-29. Completely different teams, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously, Dalvin Cook. Bradford gone for the Saints.
Yeah.
I mean, Adrian Peterson was leading all the carries for the Saints at that time. So.
Yeah, it was. They had no idea who the hell they were at that point.
Marshawn Lattimore was still a little pup. I mean, now he's probably defensive rookie of the year. Who knows? So completely different teams going into this divisional round.
Yeah.
But all right, Saints, Vikings, Adrian. What do you see going down in this one, man? Who you got?
Yeah. It was 29-19 in week 1, but it really wasn't that close. The Vikings completely eviscerated the Saints in that game, completely suffocated them defensively. What I look at here is, we talked about the Saints in the prior prediction and how they're good with Kamara and going out of the backfield. Well, the Vikings, their linebackers are outstanding. Anthony Barr, obviously you got the better Kendricks brother on that defense. And then we look at Michael Thomas, and obviously we saw how last week how he was such a weapon. Well, he's now going up against Xavier Rhodes. And Michael Thomas is one of the more physical receivers in the NFL, but Xavier Rhodes is also one of the more physical cornerbacks in the league. Yeah. So I look at that side of the ball, and I think it's going to be really tough for the Saints to score a bunch of points. And when I look at the other side, I think you can run on New Orleans. I think New Orleans is – I forget what they are off the top of my head, but they're bottom 10 in rushing yards. Yards per carry allowed, something like that. They're bottom 10.
The Saints defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 16th rushing defense right now.
Okay. So is that terms of yards per game or yards per carry?
Yards per game.
Yep.
Okay. I like looking at yards per carry. But so you can run on them, and you have two great receivers, Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs, obviously. So I think Lattimore will take out one of them, but who's going to take out the other one? So I think I like the Vikings, and I got them I'll go 20-16.
Oh,
20-16.
Okay.
Yeah, them Saints, they're 16th against the run in yards, yards, and 15th against the pass.
Yeah. So right in the
Vikings do both of those things very well.
Pretty damn well.
7th in rushing, 11th in passing.
Yeah,
I mean, Case Keenum, holy shit, what a fucking great year he's had. Thielen, Stephon Diggs, Jarius Wright. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of weapons over there.
And that offensive line, got to give them credit.
That offensive line, man, it wasn't that great last year, but this year, man, they are playing phenomenal.
Vikings offensive line, Rams offensive line. Last year they fucking sucked.
Both teams,
and now they're two of the best.
Yeah.
But I mean, Sean, what do you see going in this game?
Oh, this one's gonna be good. I think. I look at this game. It's a rematch. Maybe the Saints want to get revenge, but I just feel like the Vikings match up really well against the Saints.
I agree.
Just regarding that there's nothing to say about the Vikings defense, right? We all know they're the top defense in the league.
I think the Vikings match up well with any team.
That's true. Anybody. And I look at it like this. When I'm looking at breaking it down, I'm looking at the Saints defense. They've had their little spurts. They make plays when they need to, right? And let's get real here. Marshawn Lattimore and Crawley's the other corner. Both of them have been playing phenomenal this year. But this is the thing. I'm not sure if they can shut down any of the receivers. Because Pat Shermer, the offensive coordinator, this guy knows how to get the ball in these guys' hands. Mm-hmm. And the routes they run aren't just the typical go routes or anything like that. They literally run crossing routes, drag routes. And I don't care how good of a corner you are, unless you have 4.2 speed and you can predict that he's going there, there's no way you're going to be able to stop a drag route when you're bumping into your own linebackers. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like the Vikings offense is going to be the key here, and the Saints defense, I just can't see them slowing them down enough.
So you have...
I got Vikings. I think it could get... hopefully it stays close, but I think Vikings could pull away late.
I think, I can say the Vikings dominating this game, actually, which is so crazy because the Saints have been so fucking good.
Yeah, they've been red hot.
But, I mean, the Vikings, shit, man. I mean, this coaching staff is one of the best. I mean, Mike Zimmer, Pat Shermer, who is going to be interviewed by, every fucking team that's looking for a head coach. Yeah. George Edwards, defensive coordinator, just amazing staff.
Yeah. Who does get enough credit. George Edwards, yeah. He does not get enough credit.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what Kamara and Ingram could do against this rush defense.
Linebackers, man. Oh, my God. Those
linebackers.
But
the one thing about the Saints, though, I mean, they do got Drew Brees. They got Sean Payton.
They
got that experience, right?
Yeah,
I mean, true. So I mean, Drew Brees, you can't. When you have Drew Brees, you always got a shot.
Yeah,
but
that's true. That's very true. And they won a Super Bowl. They're Super Bowl champions. So
I think the Vikings are the best team in the entire playoffs. I think they're gonna win this game. They're gonna beat the Saints, and they're gonna head on to meet the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Conference Championship game.
I do want to say this, and I know I hear all the time on news, ESPN, NFL Network. Nobody's giving Case Keenum any credit.
Yeah,
man.
a lot of every single week.
Well, I don't know.
Do we trust him? Is he for real? Yeah, guys, he's for real.
Yeah, no, he's not a Drew Brees. He's not a Tom Brady.
And that credit is due to a lot to Pat Shermer.
Yeah, but he puts him in a position, and Case Keenum, and let's not forget, Case Keenum is a lot more athletic than people give him credit for. We've seen him escape so many sacks, get outside the pocket, and make plays. This guy's a lot more athletic than people realize. And that's why
I'm a believer.
This guy, I think, is going to surprise people. And no matter how good he's played this year, people are doubting him. Mm-hmm. And that's just fueling the fire, I think. So
yeah, okay. I guess it depends how you view him, because he's obviously, I think he's better than what people think. But at the end of the day, I think you can get to him if you pressure him the right way. You can't let him escape the pocket. You have to make him work the pocket, and that's how you beat him.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. I'm not. He's not a Drew Brees. He's not one of the elite guys, but he doesn't need to be. He doesn't need to be. They got a great running game. That's true. Yeah, that's true. So he doesn't need to be. He can just play within his offense and let his defense take care of business. That's all they need to do.
And they will. Yeah. Oh, man, they fucking will. Everson Griffin. Oh, man. Oh, my God.
I kind of hope for a good game because we're streaming for it, right? But it could be a blowout.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a blowout.
Yeah.
I think the Vikings win by 10 plus points.
I love the Saints, man. They've been so red hot, but it's just Vikings defense is too good.
I really think they match up perfectly with that offense. I really do.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're all unanimous. We all got the Vikings winning this game.
Yeah.
All right, and then me and Adrian, we got Vikings and Eagles in the NFC Conference Championship game. You have Falcons
and Falcons,
and Vikings. Okay, cool. All right, so that's our picks for the divisional round. You guys let us know in the comment section down below who you guys got going over this weekend in the NFC. Let us know. Adrian, hey, man, we appreciate you coming back on here.
Yeah, it's always a blast, man.
You fucking rock, man.
Thank you. Yeah, this was a lot of fun, obviously, and can't wait to do it again. I don't know when it'll be, but it'll happen at some point in the future. So thanks a lot for bringing me on, and I cannot wait for Saturday. Yes, indeed.
I can't wait either. I'm gonna prove both of y'all wrong.
I don't want to hear it from you if you're right. I'm gonna be crying, so it doesn't matter. I'm not even looking at my phone. I'll be crying.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not one of those guys that throw salt on the wound. I'll just sit back and just smile. Oh, this is gonna be good.
But yeah, all right, guys. So we'll see what happens in the divisional round. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a fucking one for the ages. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week for the conference championships. Holy shit!
It's almost here.
Oh, everybody, we'll see you next week.
All right, later.
Take care. Nick Foles throwing 7 touchdowns.
Shit.
Shit. That happens. I'm gonna go crazy.